Hello YouTube. I'm going to attempt to make a video while Naomi is playing with puzzles on the floor. Just a quick little video. I'm going to do Nerimon's 2013 YouTube survey. Number 1, what is your biggest fear? It's difficult because if you're talking about like phobia fears, I've already done a video about that. It's called I'm Afraid, and I am afraid of lobsters and whales. Those are my 2 biggest phobias, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm also afraid of deep water where I can't touch the bottom, or you can't see the bottom. And I'm also afraid of dinosaurs. Freak me out. Like the actual bones of dinosaurs, not like your dinosaur that you find in like a toy store. But I'm also really creeped out by belly buttons. Belly buttons creep the heck out of me. When I was pregnant and my belly button popped out, it freaked me right out. Number 2, how did you find out Santa wasn't real? Santa's not real? How did I find out Santa wasn't real? It was a couple things. Mostly, I heard a family member of mine, I won't say who, but yes, baby. Do you have a puzzle piece? Yes. No, I heard a family member of mine, I'm not going to say who, talking about how she had filled her husband's stocking and bought all the things for his stocking, and I was like, what? And I was about 8? Yeah, I was almost 8, and yeah, and then after, like, Christmas morning, I realized that our embers in our fire were still hot in our fireplace, and I was like, well, Santa would have burnt himself if there was still fire. And yeah, a couple things just kind of made me go, maybe he's not real. And then I proceeded to think it was my job to tell other kids that Santa wasn't real. So I was that kid that told people that Santa wasn't real. And I remember my parents got a really angry phone call from another set of parents from my school. Yeah, not my shining moment. Number 3, what is the best idea I've ever had? Hard to say. Part of me wants to say that this was the best idea I ever had, was to have a baby. Because look at her, she's awesome playing with her puzzles. She's just so sweet, and I love her to death. But I think one of the answers that I've decided to go with is the decision to, instead of getting into a career where, because I always wanted to be a household name, I always wanted to be, not really famous, but I wanted to change the world in a way. And I thought that, you know, to do that I needed to be someone, need to be famous. But I think the decision to get into a life of servitude and helping other people was probably the best decision I made, because I know it sounds really cheesy, but working in the field that I've worked in, I think I have had the chance to change people's lives and kind of help raise children. And I know it's cheesy and cliche, but like I say, cliche things are cliche for a reason, because they're true, and I think it's really something phenomenal that I've helped have a hand in the raising of our future world leaders. And I know that a lot of these kids, I mean, I stopped looking after them when they're 5 or 6. They're not going to remember me when they're 30 or even 15, you know? But I think it's safe to say that I may have had some sort of impact for the better and for the future in some kids' lives. And I think it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, to not so much want to be famous, but to decide to help change the world in little ways from behind the scenes. Question number 4, the most embarrassing thing my parents have ever done. This one's difficult because I don't think my parents really did terribly embarrassing things growing up. I can think of 2 examples of something that my dad did when we were in Quebec. He can't speak French, but we were at a water park and he saw a skunk walking underneath where the kids were on the water slides, and he wanted to warn people and he didn't know how to tell them there was a skunk under the water slide, so he started shouting, Pepe Le Pew! Pepe Le Pew! And pointing. Yeah, my sister, who was into French and like knew a lot of French, was mortified that he did that. And then there was also another instance where we were at a restaurant, it might have been a McDonald's or something, and my dad ordered a petite fille instead of a petite frite, which, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't speak French very well, but instead of ordering a small fry, he ordered a small girl. And again, my sister was mortified, and we giggled about it a heck of a lot afterwards. Number 5, if you were allowed to only pick one career for the rest of your life, what would it be? I've always wanted to be a children's book writer, children's book author, and I'm kind of working on it right now. I've got a little thing going, and so if I ever if I ever write it and get it published, then I'd like every single one of you to buy one, because it'll be cool. And yeah, I have this cool idea kind of germinating in my head, and I've always wanted to do it, and it's something that if I had to choose what I could do for the rest of my life, yeah, I would write. Number 6, who do you want to do the survey next? Well, I always tag TJRoss, and he always does them, so I'm going to tag TJRoss. I don't know if xbratpack has done one yet or is planning on doing one, but you should do one too. And you should also go check out her videos. She's really cool. I've never actually met her, but we follow each other's videos, and she seems pretty awesome, so you should go check out her videos if you're not already, and if you're watching, hi! Okay, that's the end of the survey for this year for Nerimon's YouTube survey. I said I was going to do one video a month. Really? I said I was going to do one video a month, and it seems like this month I may end up having 3 or 4 videos come out if I can get them going. I've got a couple other ones going, germinating in my head, and that I'm actually been working on and doing scripts and stuff like that. So those might actually happen this month, and that's pretty cool. So some of them might take place. I might record some of them in a car because I'm doing some traveling this month, but I may record some of them in a car. We'll see. All right. I've yammered enough. This is like a 10-minute video I have to edit down now. So peace and God bless, and I love you all, and goodbye. Mom! Mom! Hi.